Hey, welcome to Digging into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. All right, it's day 32. Thank you for joining me. We have 1 week left in this season of the podcast, which is really great. But speaking of really great, how awesome was it that we had Mr. Mike Sayers joining us yesterday? He was a great guest host. I think I realized when I had Alicia on that I don't have to do this all by myself. And so I thought, hey, that might be cool to have Mike join us. And if you don't know who Mike Sayers is, let me give you a proper introduction here. He is a pastor. He's the founding pastor of Scum of the Earth Church, a really cool and unique church here in Denver. He's also an author. He wrote the book Pure Scum. It's a great book talking about the start of that church. He's also the director of Urban Sky. If you don't know about Urban Sky, it is the nonprofit organization that Tiller Coaching actually operates under. And so, it's really great how they support all these freelance pastors around Denver and beyond to do their ministry and to be protected under that 501c3 covering. And it's awesome. So, yeah, his office is 4 doors down from mine, and he's become a good friend. He's given me great guidance over the last few years, and I'm really thankful for him. Everything he said yesterday, we are going to build upon today. And so with that as the backdrop, let's go ahead and dig in. This is Romans chapter 13, starting at verse 8. Owe no one anything except to love each other, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. For the commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and any other commandment are summed up in this word, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Besides this, you know the time, that the hour is come for you to wake from sleep. For salvation is nearer to us now than when we first believed. The night is far gone and the day is at hand. So let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Let us walk properly as in the daytime, not in orgies and drunkenness, not in sexual immorality and sensuality, not in quarreling and jealousing, but put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make no provision for the flesh to gratify its desires. Okay, yesterday we saw that we need to follow the law, specifically the governmental law. Paul's talked so much about the spiritual law. Now he's just tossing in this section about governmental law. And Mike gave the correct caveat that we need to do this provided we see that the government is rewarding the good actions of the obedient and disciplining the bad actions of the disobedient. Like, that is important. Like, we have to follow the law given that. Now, I'm going to be honest, there is a bit of a slippery slope here, as much as I absolutely agree with Mike on that. He gave the great, example of, Germany and the Nazis and just how unfathomable all of that was. Like, people that were harboring Jews and keeping them safe, absolutely the right thing to do. But the slippery slope, I think, here is that sometimes we struggle to be objective about what is right and wrong. We can be very subjective about things we just view as right and wrong. We have to view it through a biblical and moral lens. Like, that's absolutely vital. Also, it can be easy to discount an entire government or political system based on one or two unjust decisions. Like, we need to, stand up for those unjust decisions, but we can't throw away, the whole thing because of that. So I just think that we need to be good citizens, like, absolutely. Like, that is so important, and it's really actually great marketing for our faith when we are good citizens. So keep that in mind. It's important. What I think Paul is focusing on here today is the most important thing is that we need to care about the law, but we can't be consumed by the law. Like, that's just not the way it's supposed to work. What we need to be consumed with instead is something different. And that something different is love. We have to be consumed with love, loving others really well. And quite frankly, like, receiving love really well. This is important. If we do that well, if we are properly consumed with that desire to love others, there's no need to worry about law breaking. We are going to naturally follow the laws, both governmental and spiritual. You get what I'm saying? I think we generally do well with laws, though. Like, I think having a rule is sometimes easier to follow, as opposed to just free flowing through life, just trying to make the best decisions that we can. So if that's you, if you need a law, I can give you a law. Like, buckle up, let's go. Here's the law. The law is love. Like, that's the law. Jesus actually said that. That's not me. Like that, like Jesus said, the greatest commandment is to love God and love others, summed up, obviously. But like, let's get to work on love. It is time to get to work, because Paul is right. The hour has come for us to wake up from sleep. He said that here in verse 8. In verse 11, the time is here. Like, we have to love really well right now, because Jesus is coming back, and we can't get tied up in all this other garbage. Like, we have to do really well with this. So I hope that hits you in the right spot today. Let's just go ahead and call it. I don't want to go super long today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow as we move on to Romans chapter 14. I will see you then.